Good morning, gang. Happy Wednesday morning. Okay, yes, I know I'm very late. Yes, I got some sleep. We got home last night around 7 o'clock. We were in bed by 8, and I woke up at 6:30. I needed some rest. Yesterday was a big success, at least for us, because apparently there was a whole lot of other stuff that happened in the world yesterday, let alone the last couple of days, that I haven't been paying attention to whatsoever. But I want to give you a couple of things. I'll get you all the details on what we did yesterday. Sometime this week, it's going to take a while to do the accounting and compile and that sort of stuff. And obviously there's more that's going on than just what we did yesterday, as Michelle is going up to Greenville today with trucks. So I'm going to talk to her sometime today and find out how that's all going and everything. Way more than you can do by yourself, let's put it this way. But I'll talk about that later. Big news yesterday, and pretty much everybody knew it. We were on the road. I think about the time I found out, it was just as we were leaving Sam's Club, and that Iran had hit Israel with hundreds of missiles and rockets. And so basically the entire country was in a shelter status. It's going to be real interesting to see where this goes. We were involved. We were shooting interceptor missiles back at some of these rockets and missiles that Iran had launched into Israel. And I mean, they covered the entire country. One of their main targets was one of Israel's nuclear plants. Just think about that for a second. But Israel has said that they are going to retaliate, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. The scary part is Iran did not give any notice to the United States that they were going to do this, not that you really expect it, but they did give notice to Russia. So everybody needs to kind of think a little bit here and go, they're pitting one side against the other. This could get scary. It was funny, when I was in Sam's Club yesterday doing the shopping, had my Trump hat on and everything like that, lady comes up to me. She's probably in her 70s. She goes, "Nice hat." And I said, "Thank you." I said, "You know which way I'm voting?" And she goes, "We have to. There's no way we can let that woman into power, especially if we go to war." This was probably 2 hours before news broke that Iran had attacked. The woman was spot on correct. Could you possibly imagine Kamala Harris as the commander-in-chief when we have a war going on between, at a minimum, Russia and Iran against the U.S. and Israel, and Kamala Harris would be the one calling the shots? No offense, Democrats, she ain't Harry Truman, okay? She'd be like, "Can we throw flower petals at them? Maybe that'll help." Okay, the time for niceties and cackles is over. It's going to be interesting to see what happens today. It's going to be interesting to see how this escalates. So then, of course, we get into the vice presidential debate yesterday, which, no, I did not watch. I was asleep. But catching some clips on it this morning. And apparently it was a bloodbath that J.D. Vance just mopped the floor with Tim Wells. Not that anybody expect anything different. I mean, J.D. Vance is a highly articulate man, and Tim Wells is a lump of clay. You know, of course, every answer that Tim Wells has was to bash Trump, divert, lie, 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 lie. And again, nobody fact-checked him. You know, a couple of gaffes in there. I mean, nobody took him serious when he said he made friends with school shooters. I mean, obviously, he meant to say he made friends with the parents of school shooters. But their answer to everything was, it's Trump's fault. It reminds me of another president we had from Kenya for 8 years in office was blaming George Bush. It's kind of like Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. They're always the other guy's fault. We had the chance to fix it. We never did. It's still the other guy's fault. That was basically the premise of his debate. Now, not like vice presidential debates are going to tip the scale for one candidate or the other. Honestly, I don't think anything's tipping the scale one way or the other. All these polls showing it going like this. If there's 1,000 people in this country don't know who they're voting for, I'd be shocked. Okay, maybe somebody's willing to listen to the other side, but pretty much everybody knows whose name they're going to mark the box for. But, of course, both CNN and CBS said J.D. Vance won the debate by 1 or 2 points, which is pretty much the way the election's going to probably come out. Trump will win the election by 1 or 2 points. That's going to be a popular vote-wise. We're a divided country. There's no question. There ain't no putting it back together. They could talk about war, whatever they want. I've said it before, it's about time this country comes together. I personally think we're too far gone. So then you get to something that I witnessed, a couple of things I witnessed firsthand yesterday. And we know about the Longshoremen strike. And anybody been to the store in the last 48 hours? Exactly what we said was going to happen is happening. Not necessarily the price gouging yet, okay? But the lack of stuff on the shelves. Now, I'm gonna make 2 points on this, okay? Because it's kind of hard to use my area as an example because we got a bigger thing to deal with. But there's reports coming from all across the country that, emails from you guys included, that they went into the grocery store yesterday, or they went into the grocery store on Monday, and on a Monday afternoon at 2 o'clock, the store was packed. It's interesting. They went to the toilet paper aisle, and there was no toilet paper. We're going to have another great toilet paper rush, apparently. Okay. But a lot of stuff is, and we said this was going to happen. I hope you guys listened. That a lot of stuff was gone. There was none on the shelf. Like I said, haven't seen the price gouging yet, but we are already starting to see people panic buying because they remember what happened during COVID where there was nothing there. So people went and got it. And I'm hearing this from the West Coast, the Upper Midwest, New England, yada, 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 from you guys, from news reports, and that. But I want to give you local, because this is what I was talking about the other day, where we're going to have that go on, plus we've got the disasters that are going on here. Now, I want to dispel one thing real quick, because the media is lying to you. Go figure, right? I was on the ground yesterday at the relief center in Newport, Tennessee. My boots on my feet were touching the concrete right there, okay? I was talking to the volunteers, to the cops, to the state police. When you've got a captain of the state police driving a forklift to help unload trucks yesterday, okay? I'm just giving you this. Asked a few of them, what's FEMA done? They've never been here. We've got no money from them. Not any food has been delivered. No water has been delivered. None, nothing. What the cops told me is it's them and volunteers. The National Guard was in to do rescue missions. That was it. They were, I guess, bringing helicopters in or doing whatever, bringing to rescue people. And FEMA has never even shown up. TEMA, Tennessee Emergency Management, ain't there. Nobody. We are now, what, 4 days after this thing hit? And there is absolutely zero government response. If these people who live there, who had their lives completely destroyed, were not getting help from people like you, from God knows how many other people that had donated, and we got there and there was stuff. I mean, there was other food there. It wasn't like it was only us, okay? There was other stuff. If that wasn't brought in, those people there wouldn't have water, wouldn't have food, wouldn't have cleaning supplies, wouldn't have anything, because the stores are closed. To give you this, one of the things we bought was dog food. And one of the sheriff's deputies saw us pull in with a pellet of dog food and said, "Can I have one of those?" There's nowhere to get it. Now, on the shortage side of things, to give you this, to kind of tie the two together, I want to give you the idea of what is going on. Those same people that I was talking to, the volunteers, the cops, everything like that, they came up to me in Patera yesterday and said, "Can you guys let us know what we need more than anything else is water?" The water is shut off. The water got shut off in Greenville yesterday, too. There is no fresh water for these people, no potable water. When we went into Sam's Club, and I was shopping like a prepper, okay? My goal was to go in there and buy Chef Boyardee and buy Dinty Moore and get however many pellets of each until I blew the budget, okay? Easier said than done. This is Sam's Club, an hour away in Knoxville. Other people that came out to volunteer yesterday said they stopped Costco, everything. No water to be found. Apparently there was some water up here by me. We're almost 2 hours away. I will bet you within a day that's gone, okay? What we wound up buying, I found 3 pallets of Chef Boyardee. That's all I could get. They had no pallets of Dinty Moore, nothing like that. I was trying to find proteins. I wound up buying 3 pallets of peanut butter, because that was all I had, was 3 pallets of peanut butter, because it was a protein. You know, to guess how much a pellet of peanut butter costs? Almost $4 grand. Yeah, we $11,000 worth of peanut butter yesterday. I bought every pellet of baked beans they had, every pellet of black beans they had, even the pellet of green beans, a pellet of corn. We wound up getting a pellet of Kind, you know, the brand Kind, those nut bars, those nutrition bars or whatever it is. That was it. Picked over, okay? This was Sam's Club didn't have squat for healthy food. If I wanted to buy coffee or if I wanted to buy cereal, that would have been great. There was tons of that, okay? I loved how the employees at Sam's Club were, "Whoa, how about the boxes of macaroni and cheese?" I'm like, dude, no water, kind of useless, you know? So, yeah, we're seeing it picked over in the big stores and everything here as well. But we got a bunch to them. The hard part is it's not like this is going away. Not like, okay, everybody will be done in a week and it'll all be back to normal. They're talking about it's a year till they can rebuild the bridges. Just saying. There was, when we were there yesterday, there was a plating factory, you know, like put aluminum plating on bumpers or, you know, silver plating on candlesticks, that sort of stuff. They announced they're not reopening. Okay, this is a middle class to lower middle class area, okay? And 100 jobs just disappeared. Do you think the federal government cares? Nope, they didn't even show up. Beautiful country out there, absolutely freaking gorgeous, okay? Nope, don't even show up. This is what's coming to a neighborhood near you. I'll say it again. If you have the chance today, go fill in the holes in your preps, because it ain't going to be there real soon. This longshoreman strike may take a day, may take a week, may take a month, but from everything I've heard, it's every day they're on strike puts the supply chain back 6 days. Okay? Well, we're already into day 2, so there's a week already that the supply chain is already messed up. Make sure to go do an inventory today. Make sure that you have what you need. If there's anything missing, go try to get it. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But it's going to be harder and harder and harder and harder. And we are not the type of people that buy plywood the day before the hurricane hits. We've said this is going to happen forever. This stuff happens. Did anybody plan on a hurricane hitting Tennessee? The remnants of it, at least. But what we got, it might as well still have been called a hurricane. No. Okay. It's funny. The 50-ish, 60-ish people that showed up to help me yesterday, and thank every one of you guys again. All of you guys that showed up yesterday, why were we able to show up? Because we were able to spend our time and our effort and our gas money and whatever helping other people because we already had ourselves taken care of. This is the thing. When we're okay, we don't have to worry about us. We can go worry about somebody else. If all of us were FUBAR, we'd be worrying about us and those people are hungry. I'm just making a point. Be proud of yourself for what you do. Don't let all these negative Nancys upset you or belittle you or anything like that for what you do. You're doing what they're too cowardly to do. Nobody could expect a hurricane, but there's a whole bunch of people who sat in front of the computers whining, oh, you know, there's no green beans in the grocery store. What happened? Oh, you don't have any at home? Oh, you don't think that all the people that got their lives turned upside down yesterday might have a little bit more, right to them, if you will, deserve them a little bit more than you? At least you've got a house to sleep under? Yeah, okay. The people that suffered and the people that did something about it, yeah. The people that whined because the line was too long at the grocery store, no. You'll start seeing real quick. We'll separate the wheat from the chaff. Lots going on today. I got accounting to do. I got Michelle to deal with. Try to get you guys some pictures of what we went through yesterday. I'll hopefully get that put up probably tomorrow. It's going to take me a while to edit that. But we'll see what happens from here. But again, for everybody that was there yesterday, for everybody that donated, for everybody that said a prayer, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Pinball out.